Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 14th of June, 2015. The moon today is traveling through the latter stages of the sign of Taurus as it's making its way through the nakshatra of Krittika. Krittika's power is the ability to burn away and to cleanse away impurities. When we think of Krittika, we can think of fire in all of its qualities. Fire most definitely has a purifying quality, and with Krittika, that's one of the prime considerations that we're concerned about. But fire can also be nourishing. It provides warmth. We use fire to cook our food, as a matter of fact, or some form of fire. It depends upon whether you have a gas or an electric stove, I would suppose. But even if it's electric, hey, that's still a form of fire. We're talking about the heat that's burning away purifications and is also nourishing. Now, Krittika is a desire-related nakshatra. It always has desire as its principal impulse. Okay, so if we look at the energy that's kind of connecting through the day, we'd also have to take a look at something that's been going on in the background, which is the Sun and Mars traveling in close proximity to each other. And both of those planets are in a section of the sky that's called Mrigashira. Mrigashira has the propensity to create very strong desires. And because of those two planets traveling in close proximity, well, a lot of those desires are getting frustrated and thwarted, and it's leading to feelings of dissatisfaction. Okay, so there's the sense that every time you are trying to do something, your efforts are being thwarted, and it can feel like you're just not really getting anywhere towards trying to fulfill your desires. And obviously, that can be rather frustrating. Right? In order to take a further look at what's going on, we also need to take a look at the lunar tithi for the day, which is the lunar day. In Vedic astrology, there are basically 14 days of the bright half of the moon, 14 days of the dark half of the moon, and then there's a full moon day and a new moon day. So there are 30 lunar days over the course of the month. And the lunar day today is Krishna Trayadashi. Krishna Trayadashi is the 13th day of the dark half of the moon. So we're approaching the moon's new point, right? And Trayadashi is associated with a mythological entity called Kamadeva, which is the god of desire himself. So there can be, here comes a deepening of the propensity to feel like your efforts are being thwarted at every turn. The solar lunar yoga today is called Driti, which means holding or resolution. And because of associations with this particular yoga, as you're trying to make your efforts become fulfilled, as you're striving to fulfill your desires, there's the tendency to tighten your grip upon the situation. And that's probably the last thing that you want to do today, because the more you try to tighten your grip, the more that's going to slip through your fingers. Another way that this can manifest in your life is there can be the tendency to not really have any type of grip at all on a situation. And that can feel utterly frustrating, right? So you're wondering, how do I deal with this frustration? Here's this guy here telling me how frustrating things are going to be. Well, on one level, you have to surrender. It's not that you need to give up what you're striving towards, but you need to take a look at your emotions that are so wrapped up in the achievement of this goal that it's actually potentially blocking you from making wise decisions. So you're likely going to find yourself over the course of the day analyzing and going, what can I get rid of in order to make this work out for me? What can I purify from my life in order to have success with this particular venture, whatever that venture might be, whether you're involved in a relationship and you're looking to better your relationship, or you're trying to improve your career, or even the most menial tasks in your life. What can I do to purify the things that are keeping me from being successful? right? And if you let your mind race too much and become so filled with the desire to break through and have success, you're likely not going to do the right thing in association with that. So best to just kind of take a step back, relax, take a deep breath or two. Sure, the frustration is going to get to you. You can't avoid the fact that that's there, and you have to acknowledge the fact that it's there. But there's no use literally banging your head against a brick wall. Instead, take a step back, take a deep breath, and see what might be able to be done, even if it's just being patient and waiting until another day rather than trying to improve your efforts on this particular day. Quite often, we get wrapped up in thinking that something has to happen on a certain day because that's how it's going to neatly fit in with our schedule. And well, the universe doesn't work that way. If it's going to happen at all, it's going to happen at the moment that it's meant to happen. But even this moment in time where you're facing this frustration and not having the breakthrough that you're perhaps looking for, that too is also part of the divine plan. So why not go along for the ride rather than struggling with the journey, huh? Now, obviously, I don't know what area of your life this might be impacting. In order for me to do so, I'd need to take a closer look at your personal astrology. I do offer that service if you want me to take a look at that for you, or if you just have anything in general you want me to take a look at. My astrological services are available through a link down in the left-hand side of this video. If you close that link down, there's also a link further down in the description area of the page. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Okay, thank you very much for watching. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 14th of June, 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye for now.